called that a top 5 win of the season. Where would you rank it?
Oh, I mean, we played against a really good basketball team, and we played on the road, and I thought we did a really good job. I would say that it's our best team win, from the standpoint of I think everybody contributed at some stage and gave us a lift, or was able to maintain something that we were doing. So from that standpoint and the quality of opponent that we have, I'd say that it was a really good win.
They obviously made you work for it in the second half. How did you eventually pull away there in the end?
Well, you have to have stops, number one. We tried to run them off the line, and we had a couple of defensive lapses from the standpoint of we're forcing them one way and our big didn't get there, or our guard, prematurely got into a defensive stance. But we got that corrected, and then I thought we did a really good job of just being solid, not anything great, being really solid, and then I thought we took care of the boards, no offensive rebounds.
Well, Coach, you talked about it. Everybody who took the floor tonight contributed in some way, but J.J. Redick started offensively, and, of course, Drew Holiday just took the game over at the end.
Well, at the end, he did exactly what we needed for him to do. He was aggressive, got the ball in the paint, and obviously made some shots. But, like I said, I think from the standpoint of the win, it was our best team win from the standpoint of everybody that we needed to contributed.
We just talked to JJ on the post game, and he went out of his way to talk about how big Nico Melli was tonight, and he continues to get more consistent offensively with each ball game.
He is, and we'd like to see him even take more shots, but I think he's in a position right now where he feels comfortable doing that, and where he is right now. But he's been really good for us, not just the shot making, but he's a good passer, smart defensively. So when we're down a guy, we're down two, we've been able to plug him in, and he's been really good for us.
Considering he had the cut above his eye in the second quarter, no BI, no Zion, how huge was this performance from Drew tonight?
Well, we need that kind of, when we're missing those guys, obviously we need, an all-star type performance, and obviously Drew gave us that tonight, especially down the stretch. He just refused to let us lose, and he took the game over and made a couple of jump shots, drove the ball to the basket, had a couple of great defensive plays. So, obviously we need that in order to beat a team of this quality down the stretch on their home floor, you have to have somebody step up big like that.
How big was the rebounding tonight, considering Jackson, Melli, Fave all had 5 at some point? You think you out-rebound on offensive the last 6
Yeah, I'll the perimeter players have done a good job really the last 3 or 4 games of rebounding the basketball. So, we told them that we were going to have them tonight. And we played small, we played small a lot, where we had Melli as a center, and, Josh is our 4-man, and JJ and Frank and, Zoe. And so we played small, but I thought we did a really good job of not giving up offensive rebounds. We didn't give up one single offensive rebounds the first half. And so we did a really good job in that area. And when we do, that means we're running out on possessions where we can take advantage of our speed.
JJ's up above 45% from three. What do you think about the way he continues to play at a high level, make shots at 14 at this point?
Well, I mean, he's very capable of doing that. And I think, since he's shooting it so well, they run so hard at him that it's easy for him to pump fake and get to the next level, or get to the side and shoot the basketball. So, he's a smart player, and he's played this way, and they've tried to run him off the line, for the last 13 years. So it's not anything new, but he's just about seen it all. So he can adjust the situation so he can find himself an open shot.
Considering how much you guys have on the line in these final 30 games, to be without 2 huge guys like Beyond and Zion, what does it kind of say about this team to get a win like this against a team like the Pacers?
Well, we know where we are. Like I said, we can only do what we can do. So we don't worry about looking at the standings or anything like that. We just need to play good basketball, for the remaining 30 games or 29 or whatever we have, and then we'll see what happens from there.
For both of those guys, having 2 off days coming up, was it just an abundance of caution for keeping both of those guys out tonight?
Well, yeah, there's no reason to take risks right now. We got 30 games left in our season, so we're not going to play guys unless they're able to play. And we just didn't feel like it was a good idea to stick either one of those guys out there today. And we have confidence in the other guys on our team, so that's why we don't have to take that risk. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach. Let you get back to that rebound.